So I am waiting for that video card to come out,
Yeah.
the 1080, and might wait for the first price mark.
Well, I think the I think it was EVGA just announced their 1080 based card. So whenever that stuff starts coming out, that should be down around the $500 range.
Yeah, I'm thinking 4 to 5. Actually, I'll probably wait for the XFX card because I think the last three cards I've bought have been
I don't think they
X.
make Nvidia cards anymore.
Really? Because I
Yeah,
got
let's look. No, they
wait,
only make AMD cards now. That's why I had to stop buying them.
son of a bitch.
I know.
That is such a good company.
I loved their cards. I think they were amazing.
I already made one card back to them, and it like literally talked to a surfer dude, and it was one of the best customer service experiences I've ever had in my life.
Like an actual human being.
Like an actual human being. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, your fan died on the card. It's overheating now." He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, bro. Just I'll
Send you
shoot
new code,
I'm gonna shoot you an email. If you don't get it, give me a call. It's my personal cell phone." And I'm like, "What just happened here?"
Yeah, like, is this...
Like, what?
Did this actually happen?
Like, oh, man, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, man. Catch you later. Sure, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, that company, Enermax, and I don't know, man. I still think I've had really good luck with Asus products, so.
I have an EVGA. Hey, Dimebag. I have an EVGA card in mine, and I've been really happy with it. I just like that XFX's cards, like, always came super overclocked and super cooled for the same price as everybody else's cards. And they had like that double warranty, and they had all this cool stuff.
Yeah, that's a good company. I love throwing my money at good companies like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know why they switched over to AMD.
I don't know.
Unless they got bought out by somebody and they said, "Hey, you can only make AMD cards now."
I don't know. Well, here's the question: when's AMD going to drop their gauntlet?
I don't know. I think the thing is everybody's been waiting for that. You know, like on the processor and the video card side, is everyone's sort of saying like, you guys have been behind for a couple of years now. When are you coming out with that big product?
See, I really wonder what their next step forward is because, like, I'm still using, I think it was the Blackbird processor of mine.
Yeah, I forgot you bought an AMD.
That 8-core AMD. I've never had a problem with processing speed with an AMD.
No, yeah, I feel like so many people want to make it seem like these AMD processors are the AMD of like a decade ago. They're fine. They're good processors, you know. Like
it's like there should be their stick line. It's AMD. It's fine.
We're okay.
Yeah,
we're good. Yeah, like they're not, you know, they're not these red hot super processors that are running at 120 degrees.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I had that Core 2 Duo on the previous machine that I built. I shit you not, man. I think that thing was going to go nuclear when I put that giant headlight fucking heatsink on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm still rocking a Intel 2500K, like an i5 2500K, and it's fine. I mean, now that I'm shooting and editing 1080p 60 frames video, it's
it is.
It's taking longer to encode that video than the video's length. So like that's my bottleneck right now is my processor. But even so, if I shoot an hour-long video and it takes an hour and 15 minutes to encode, it's still not that bad. It's not 4 hours.
Right.
So, still serving me all right.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we have our, whatchamacallit, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm sitting there dealing with those workstations at work, and Every day it's something, and I gotta hear,
Yeah.
and like the stupid amount of clicks. I'm like, dude, just give it a
Yeah.
fucking second. Do I gotta turn the brightness of my monitors? Like, why are these so dark? Because you just turned them on.
Yeah, just give him a minute. Turn it on, go get a coffee.
Yeah,
Give it a second to think.
that's all you gotta do.
Your computer's got to wake up too.
Yeah, that's where I like losing my mind. Like every morning I hear,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting, and it's like that noise, just like ding, ding, ding in the back of my brain. I'm like,
And it's like, look, if you're trying to open up an Excel spreadsheet that's like 500 megs, you need to give it a minute.
they don't. Like no one there does.
Yeah.
And
They think it's
that's
immediate.
you know, I got that fucking retard. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that word, but
We're not.
that.
We're not on that official episode. Hey, Slug Jones.
But still, like I got that lump of flesh that sits on the other side of my partition that had like, well, I need a new. My computer's the oldest one here. I need to upgrade. It did nothing but bitch about his computer for a whole year until Tom's like, fuck it, we'll get you a new one.
Yeah.
What do you want? He gets a fucking i7.
Ugh.
You know, a $1,200 video card. And I'm looking at Tony. Why do you need this?
Right. Please, nobody needs this. You need that if you work at Pixar.
Well, I'm going to be editing these drone videos for Tom. He has yet to do that.
Yeah. Also,
And literally, all you do is downsize it and upload it to YouTube.
yeah. Also,
It's-
these drone videos aren't the quality of the fucking Warcraft movie, so I think you'll be okay with an i5.
Well, yeah, it's the same bullshit, and I'm like losing my mind. I mean, I'm using a what is it? It's a 4-year-old Lenovo workstation.
It's probably
It's running
fine.
running i3, and it's pushing a 40-inch 4K monitor.
Yeah.
Like I did have to buy a video card for it, but
That's not out of the question though. Most computers don't ship with great video cards anyway.
no, but like I got it up and running, and I do have to wait because I understand it's putting a lot of information up there.
Yeah, it's doing its job. Dimebag says, "Hey, so I was listening to a podcast and they said our driving laws in California are different from other states. Is this different? Is it different in Ohio, Boston? It is vastly different here. I think the thing that is still taking, there's two things that still I think are still giving me trouble. Is one, motorcycles are allowed in between cars. That still is really hard for me to get over.
Wait, motorcycles aren't allowed to weave through traffic?
No, yeah, they are. It's legal.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. The other thing is that U-turns are legal here, and every once in a while I'll see someone taking a U-turn. I was like, no, oh no, you're fine. You're good. You're fine.
Yeah, you do that, man. Those rollers go up real quick.
Yep.
Like my GPS always likes, you know, that weird exit on 130th where it's just it's one way and it's a no left-hand turn, so you can't turn through the median up onto that quick ramp.
Right.
Like, and every time the GPS like go up to Brook Park Road and hang U-turn, I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Don't you know where we are? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's...
And the GPS can't say Brook Park.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's so many...
Like, Bro Park? What is that?
Dude, you don't want to know. Well, I mean, there's so many streets that have Spanish words in them here that Google Maps and Apple Maps are just like, I don't... It's just gibberish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very different here. The driving test was very strict.
Really?
Yeah. They do not mess around here.
Oh, you had to get a new license, too.
I did.
You had to pass the driving test again?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thankfully, just the written part, which was really weird. So when I got my driver's license before in Ohio, it was the paper thing. And you fill out like a Scantron, and they scan it, and they go, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
This one was like a bank of touchscreen monitors, and you were like touching your answer and watching videos and stuff. It was technology, man.
It's a different world, man.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. It was thankfully I didn't have to take the actual driving part, and they didn't have me take like for some reason I think they forgot to have me do like the eye exam part, which is fine. My glasses kind of suck anyway.
Yeah, mine too. These are still the same ones I had. These are circa 1998.
And mine are a couple years after that.
These are the only pair of glasses I've ever owned that have not broke. I've had four pair of glasses after this. I've broken every pair except for this one.
I remember in college you just picked up your glasses once and they just broke.
The lenses fell out.
Yeah, and it's just like how does this even happen?
Because it was an Invisalign. It has a little piece of fishing line that went underneath it.
Oh, right. And they just bloop.
They just went bloop. I'm like, ah, well, pull out the spare.
Yep. Keep rocking those things.
Keep passing out with these things on.
Yeah.
The bridge of my nose all fucked.
All right, you ready to kick this thing off?
Yeah, I need to get LASIK.
You need to get what?
LASIK.
Oh. I don't think I can do it.
I still think that fucking what was it, optometrist?
Yep.
At fucking Sears fucked up my right eye.
Really?
Still to this day, I think she did.
Hmm.
Well, like, 'cause granted, I've been wearing a pair of contacts a little longer than I should have.
Yeah, everybody does that though.
She's like, no, all right, you get those out of your eyeballs like immediately. Here, put these in. So I just popped it out, put it in, and it fucking set my right eye on fire.
Hmm.
And I'm like, is this supposed to burn? She's like, well, did you wash the packing solution off? I'm like, it's just saline. What?
Hey, Jamal. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, maybe you should mention that to someone before you get them and say, oh, just put these in your eye.
No, I think it warps something in there. Like,
I mean, potentially.
This, I don't know, it feels like I'm always constantly focusing my right eye.
Yeah.
And then check for, they think it has a slight stigmatism now.
Yeah.
Never had that before.
I mean, LASIK would probably fix that right up.
Yeah. I don't know, it'd be like my one guy has to get his lens adjusted in his eyeball, and they literally just take your eyeball out and smush it around and put it back in.
Oh, God.
He was telling me about it. I was like, Mike, what the fuck?
What? Did they just put it like in a melon baller and be like, yep,
Just,
all right, we're back to normal.
Scoop, roll.
Yeah. Ah, we're good. See you next month, buddy.
Get that little plunger.
Yeah, just... Oh, God.
Get that thing like that Loki used in Avengers.
Yeah,
You go thump.
Ugh. Gross, but also really cool.
That was a cool little scene. And then when there's like the hologram coming up of it and its eyes like all twitchy.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. All right. You ready to do this?
Focus. Let's go.
Do like a half an hour show now.
Yeah.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me, as always, Mr. Knobs.
What's up?
Let's just get right into it. Now that we've been talking for like an hour and a half about Silicon Valley in a game that we'll talk probably 2 minutes about later. Yeah. What have you been playing this past week?
Alrighty. Well, Monday Night Game Night was a good one. This was a night for the ages. We ended up playing Left 4 Dead 2. It was 3v2. I think who was it? I think Ian and Tomsy were the opposing team, and then it was Scott, Tom Gamer, and myself on the other team. So, and we played Heavy Rain because apparently we didn't play that last week again. So why didn't I double up on it? So it's already off to a great start. We're all like, come on, we're doing this one again. And Tom's like, what? It was just there. We just start. Why not? So anyway, we started. We shut down. We were just absolutely destroying them in the gas station because that's when you start in the gas station. And what? Say.
Misbehaving dogs.
Where did you find a Snickers wrapper? My almond Snickers.
Feeling
There have been
hungry,
a
dogs?
candy bar in there, dude. Do you feel better? Acting like yourself, Samson?
No, chocolate's poison. Wow.
I'm gonna get dunked on by Patrick chewing. Alright. Anyway. Alright, so we were just absolutely annihilating them, and then somehow they got free. And they got over the hurdles and stuff. We couldn't pinch them off at any point until we were able to get the 2 NPC players down, and then we were able to do this, and it almost like a synchronized pounce happened.
Ooh.
Where I jumped and landed on I think it was either Ian or Tomsy, and one of them was like 2 steps ahead of me, and as soon as I landed and he turned around, an NPC hunter lands on him. I'm like, whew, all right, you know, they scored some good points on us, and they were on like the fast break to the safe room too.
Yeah.
So then it's our turn to play. So we get out, we get in front, we get bottlenecked at. Oh, first off, Tomsy. I forgot about this. So on their room, they go over to the fifth wheel trailer, get to the other side, and I'm hiding as the smoker, ready to pull someone, and then I just see Tomsy go and jump on the car with the car alarm, and I'm like, dude, that's a rookie move, man. And just open the floodgates and like hordes of common come in. So it's our turn to play, and this is the whole reason why I'm getting into this story, because it was a great night. Because we all had fun. So we get out of the safe room, we get caught in the same spot, and then I shoot the car like immediately, like just like
It's one of the things like nah.
Oh, that's where it's gonna go wrong.
Yep, this is happening.
So then we get over to the playground, and we just, like, their spawn times were synced so well. Like, we were constantly under duress, and Ellis was our NPC.
Oh, no.
And Tom Gamer had a defib. So we're moving forward. We're through the houses. We can see the doorway. And Tom's like, hey, I'm going to go get Ellis. We're like, wait, no, what? What are you doing? What? No.
No, you fool.
So in the course of him going and rescuing Ellis, he gets up, Tom gets back to us, and we turn around, and he's already down. I'm like, you never go. That's gonna cost us, man.
Yeah.
So then we get there, we die about the same spot, and now we're down by 15 points. I was like,
God.
wow, that's great, because if we didn't lose that 25 points for a defibrillator, we'd be winning right now.
Yeah.
And that carried the theme through the entire night, because it was a really good back and forth, and never was anyone really ahead by more than 25 points at that point until that. It's like, yeah, it'd be a lot better if we had those 25 points.
Could have used those 25 points, man.
It's like, all right, man, come on. Learn our lesson. But it was just no. We're probably gonna be ragging on him probably for the next month about.
Oh
it.
yeah, guaranteed.
Because it was outstanding. I wish it had a stream to be just to hear us. It was like that cutaway they did in Family Guy with Peter playing Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
And he's still like, who threw the grenade? You suck. Like, and like team killing and stuff. Like it was one of those moments where everyone collectively on our team is just berating one player.
Yeah.
But in good fun. We had a lot of fun with it.
You razz because you love.
We do. It is, and it was genuinely really funny. Because in theory it's a great idea to get everyone together.
Sure.
But it's an NPC.
Yeah, when you have an NPC,
yeah.
They do not have a brain inside their head.
No, and the NPC scourge was apparent through the entire rest of the night, because there was a time where both players were down, and at separate points, one NPC player is picking up, I think, Ian, and the one that was over top of Tomsy literally looked at him and then ran to go help the other two and just left him there.
I was about to say, I'm surprised an NPC was getting a player up.
Well, because they were right next to each other when he went down, so he immediately started getting up. Not clearing off the problem around you. Right. Sit there and watch your body flop for a little bit. But oh man, that game is fun. Oh, we have some good times playing that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So played that. I think we had another Tuesday night. I think we played another round of Battlefield, or not Battlefield, Left 4 Dead 2. So this has been happening a lot, where we're just kind of randomly picking up Left 4 Dead 2 during the course of the week, kind of like the old days.
Yeah, it's a good comfort food game.
Yeah, why don't we play games 8 years old? Why not?
Yeah, it's still good.
All right, you had a few nights. Battlefield 4, we played late last night. The game's still just solid. Man, I had a nemesis, Mr. Dingleberry's 36, I think his name was.
The veritable Mr. Dingleberries.
I could not get around Mr. Dingleberries. Like, he literally peeled me 6 times in the Hurt Locker, and then another 8 times in it wasn't Zavad, it was the other. Yeah, it was Zavad. No, it was another guy. Because that was JVC, some other weird numbers.
I have so many good titles already.
Because I totally knew, like, I knew where Donnie and Ian were gonna be camping at A, like, underneath the trains, ready to go. So I'm like, all right, I got the jump on him. Every time I turned the corner, this dude killed me, and not the guys I'm hunting. I think the only time I caught Donnie when we were on opposite sides was when he was in a tank.
Yeah.
But other than that, oh man, that guy peeled me 5 times in Zavad, and then Mr. Dingleberries was the pain of my existence for the next two maps.
Yeah.
I could not get around him. I don't even think I got a revenge kill against him.
It's one of those great ones, too, where you're like, thank God that match is over. Hopefully I can just get away from this dude. And, like, the first dude who kills you in the first minute of the next map is the same dude. And it's just like...
and I really hope that, like, as we do, pay attention to people's screen names. Yeah. And just be like, oh, man, this guy really sucks. Like,
yeah. Like, I just keep... he turns a corner, I just shoot him in the head. This is amazing.
Yeah. And then you got Ian, the corner camper. Like, he just sits in the corner with a shotgun and just peels off guys that are just running by. I'm like, ah. Oh.
You monster.
Yeah, and like it seems like when we're on the same squad, like, we're literally meat shields.
Yeah.
And I made that South Park joke during the course. You know which one I'm talking about from the movie? Yeah. Operation Get Behind the... Yeah. So, we did that one. I was like... Come on, you ape. Do you want to live forever? We need to get moving. Get outside. Stir it up. Like, but yeah, we had so many times. The vehicles in that game move around so stealthily. Like, I can't tell you how many times we're like, okay, we captured A, we captured B, we're going to move to C. We go to the C and we turn the corner, and then here comes the brigade just rolling down the hill.
Like 3 helicopters. And it's just like, how did we miss these?
Like, how did we not hear this stuff coming? I got headphones on, I hear footsteps, but a tank can sneak up and get right in my chops. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, yeah, so we're still having a lot of fun with these games. I don't know why.
They're well seasoned.
They are. They are well seasoned. That pan is non-stick. Played some more Battleborn. Tried to grind out as much as I could for the double XP week. Our last few rounds happened when I think on the 25th, I just wanted to play a couple rounds, and I sat in a queue waiting for people and waiting for 2 other guys. I think Duffman and oh my god, I can't remember. I just added him. Scraps. I think was his somewhere in his gamer
Is
tag.
Is Scrap Gear?
Yes, Scrap Gear. Yeah, Scrap Gear joined us to play a little bit. I think we played like 1 round, and I was like, you know what? I'm beat. Yeah. It's a Tuesday night. I am just whooped. Those are long days. Tuesdays are so long. They are. All right. I've been playing a bunch of Marvel's Academy during the course of the week.
Me too.
Just keeping up with remedial tasks. I don't know how this game has its hooks in me. It's one time suck after another.
I mean, as before we started the recording here, I think Knobs and I talked for about half an hour about how complicated this recent event is. Donbag315 in chat says no Overwatch. I don't think either one of us are playing it.
Nope, I didn't pick it up yet.
I'm not really that interested.
Pick up Battleborn. It's $30 now.
Yeah.
Glad I bought that for 3 other people.
Hey man, you are doing your support for Gearbox. Yeah, Avengers Academy, they're doing this is like the last week of the Civil War event. Man, this thing is complicated. We were talking about how much stuff we're juggling. I feel like we're juggling about 5 or 6 different game systems all at once just to do the basic stuff of this event.
Yeah, it's turned into, like, you almost need a spreadsheet. And you were talking about that subreddit where these guys people are literally setting alarms to manage what's happening in this game.
Speaking of a spreadsheet, there have been people in that subreddit that are also making spreadsheets.
Oh,
and I have a copy of one that in my Google Drive, and it's really interesting because they're doing a lot of really interesting stuff where you can say, like, all right, I already have this character, I already have that one, but I don't have this stuff, so I need to get X amount of stuff, Y amount of stuff, and all the way across the spreadsheet.
But yeah, and man, it was a whole bunch of... We'll be talking about it for like 45 minutes, talking about our airing of grievances of how dumb some of the stuff in this game is. Like you with the radios and then the upgraded radios, or the different than the colored belts. I'm like, wait, there's another color to these
you got
things?
orange
like,
belts, you got green belts. I think the biggest problems that...
The only brown belt you have is hanging in your closet.
I think the biggest problems that we have... I think I'm still really enjoying it as I'm playing. I'm checking it every hour. When we go to break, I'm going to be checking the game.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that's been frustrating the both of us is, one, the user experience, the UX of the game leaves a lot to be desired. I think, Knobs, you were having a lot of trouble starting the event because they don't really hold your hand enough to start it. And I'm having a lot of trouble just figuring out how to do some basic stuff, or like, what enemies do I need to attack on the map that are going to be right for the types of troops that I have. There's so much stuff like this, and I feel like, I think our other complaint was we're juggling a little bit too much in this event. There's just like one or two too many systems.
Well, yeah, and like the event itself, there's always something moving. There's a lot of stuff going on top of it, and it is taxing my phone to the point where it feels like it's going to go nuclear on me.
Yeah,
like it's like it is red hot, and I got to put it down.
Yeah,
like it's like, oh my gosh. But it's you're just grind. It's such a weird grind too, because it is, but you don't really realize it is until you start digging into. All right, so I need this. Got to click on this one, then click on this, or touch this, touch that, touch that. Okay, that's where I can do that. Now, how do I get this piece of inventory?
Right.
Like,
and there's some stuff that the game does pretty well, where if you have the things in the game that will drop the item that you're looking for, you can tap on the item and it'll say, oh, here's where you can get the stuff from. I wish that was a little bit more obvious. Like, once you do it the first time by accident, you're like, oh,
yeah.
Okay, that makes it way easier. Cool.
And then now you got to go back and recheck everything you're looking for. And where I wish it would just have this little bubble that would pop up, like, hey, you need to build X, Y, and Z to get these items here, instead of having to dig through 3 menus to find it.
And I think when you look at stuff like, you know, the Red Skull fight is happening right now, kind of the ultimate thing that we're doing in the Civil War.
And that made no sense to me when we were talking about it.
Yeah, and like they do a good job at a really high level of, you know, there's a little blue icon with the letter I. You can click on that, you can get some info. But they're kind of like, you need just a little bit more info to make sense, where it's like, you can do these streaks. And it's like, cool, I don't know what that is. So
I don't even know how to start it at this point.
Right.
Do I need to upgrade these robots, or do I gotta get the agents, or dude, what?
And I think the thing that we came away with was, this is like the first full event that both of us are doing. I think we'll be ready for the next event.
Why?
And then we'll start it all back over again.
Just start it all back over. So I'm pretty much committed that I'm willing to drop maybe $10 a week in shards just to speed things along.
Sure.
And this game's gonna get really expensive.
Yeah. But I'm still having fun with it. Like, I genuinely am. Like, I have all these frustrations, and I'm doing all this math where, all right, I gotta fight this guy, but to do that I need to build these things, but to do that I need to build these things, and I'm like going 4 levels deep, but I'm still having fun with it.
Well, and the thing that's keeping me in is it's such a great characterization of the world. Like,
Yep.
and the caricatures of the characters they're representing are so on point.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I was just laughing today when I just unlocked Agent 13, and she's literally just dropping smoke pellets and popping up all over the map.
Yep.
Or Black Widow when she's doing her sneaky stealth thing. She's literally hobbling around campus in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
Like Solid Snake style.
And it's really good. And like,
she'll pop out, do a little cat look, and then hop back in.
yeah, and like even the characters themselves are really interesting, because like the Winter Soldier stuff, as you do more missions, like the actual quest missions for the Civil War stuff, you find out that he's writing sad emo songs about everything he's been going through.
He's searching for an open mic night in one of the conversations.
And now he's like waiting on my campus because I've unlocked him and I'm waiting to invite him. And he's sitting there with his hair in his eyes playing a guitar in the middle of the quad. And it's like, this is really great. This is all really good.
It's like Tenacious D and Biodome.
Yeah.
Just saying it out there.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, it's really good, but it's the world just looks so good.
Yeah.
And or your campus or whatever you're playing in, it's just everything's really stylized, well thought out designs, and the outfits are outstanding.
Yeah. And I've from what everybody's been saying, apparently they also made the Family Guy Quest for Stuff game. Apparently that had a super rough launch, and apparently they were improving it over time, and it kept getting better, and it eventually got to the point where it was a really solid experience, sort of event to event. So it sounds like, from everything they're learning, that Avengers Academy is just going to continue to get better, but you got to struggle through maybe some of the BS at the beginning to get to the real smooth stuff.
But I really do like it.
It's free.
It is.
Anyone wants to pick it up.
Technically, it's free.
Yeah, go on the downward spiral with the two of us.
Yeah. We were in mad descent. And lastly, I started playing Doom again.
Oh yeah.
And this game is quickly becoming one of my favorite games this year.
Yeah. Very
quickly.
I'm excited to gain employment again so I can purchase this game.
It's the Doom you want Doom to be.
Yeah.
Like, I just finished the thing, and the lady dropped whatever piece of metal into the giant hell light spire that's happening, and I went to that first level in hell, and it's so good.
I've seen some of the stuff in hell, like from E3 and some of the recent stuff. It looks like what modern day Doom's hell would look like.
It's so on point. The wind and the sand blowing, the embers floating all over the place.
Yeah.
And the amount of chaos that game provides. I can't tell you how many encounters I've gotten into where I've literally exhausted all my ammo.
Yeah.
And you're stuck with your pistol, and you're just hoping to get someone that you can do a gore kill to get some ammo back.
Right.
It's really good. All the challenge runes are really unique and exciting to try and twist your mind to play different ways. And you do those to unlock the runes themselves that give your character different attributes.
Right.
I'm to the point now where I don't care. I open it up, see what it is. That'd be interesting, but no. Right. I'm going to keep going.
Right. Maybe on the second playthrough.
Maybe, but the game looks phenomenal. It plays so fast.
I can't believe they hit like solid 60 on consoles. And it's sad that we have to say that, but when id makes an engine, like they beat the crap out of an engine and they make one that's just smooth.
Yeah, this thing, it's butterly smooth, and the chaos, I finally ran into my first Hell Baron.
Nice.
And yeah, those things are serious.
Have you seen commercials for Doom yet on TV?
No.
So I've seen a couple lately, and they slow that game down by at least half in the commercials. Because like if anyone goes out and watches the gameplay, it's fast. Like it's old Doom fast.
Yeah.
And in the commercials, it's about half that speed. And I was like, you probably have to, just because that game is so fast.
Oh, it's bananas. Like, I probably should be streaming some of this stuff just to really, so some people have some ideas. I took a great screenshot today so I found a secret, and I got the Gatling gun early.
Nice.
And next to the Gatling gun is a football helmet with Doom written on the side of it. I'm like,
great.
Love this game.
This is amazing.
Love it. And I need one of these Doom bobbleheads. They are so great looking.
Have you seen the animation that happens when you pick one up?
I picked up a whole bunch where he just kind of flips it around and looks at it.
Oh, there was one I saw online where he twists the arm and then he fist bumps it.
No!
I don't know how you do that, but yeah, he like picks it up and he like twists the arm around and then boop.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a really good animation.
Like all the ones that he looks at it, just kind of flips it around, and it's playing the E1M1 music.
Nice.
And I'm like, I love this thing. I just want one.
Yeah, yeah. Just give me one where I can push a button and it plays that little ditty.
But yeah, the fist bump would be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, and my biggest concern originally was from watching that first, dude, get out of here. All right. I don't need, it's like boiling in here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see me perspiring.
Third chair on TVGP, boomer.
Yeah. He just needs to be on camera.
Yep.
But yeah, my concern is that the gore kills weren't really going to serve any purpose other than just being shockingly gory.
Right.
Some of them are really cool. Like stuff I really wasn't expecting. Like I did, the Pinkies are back in this game.
Nice.
And I was not expecting to see them at all.
Yeah.
So you're running a charge at me. I get one down to the point where he's flashing a gore kill. You rip off one of their tusks and then pick up their chin and just.
Oh, jeez.
Right underneath. I'm like, wow, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I could do that more than a few times. And then like I've noticed they're a lot like the throws were in DOA, where depending on how you're positioned around them.
Oh,
like,
good.
The Devastator guys that have the two flaming arms that shoot the big fireballs.
Yeah.
Like if you're on the side or behind them, you'll pop out their one, like whatever fuel rod is going down into their hand meats.
Mm-hmm.
Then they blow up, or you rip their heart out and shove it in their throat like a grenade and they blow up.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of ripping horns off and impaling stuff, and it's equally satisfying every time you do it. And I thought it was something that was going to wear dull.
Yeah.
Because I'm to the point, like right now, like the way I'm playing the game is I am like trying to time that stuff so I can keep using the gun I'm using. The augmentations to the guns are all really, really cool. Like the assault rifle is probably my favorite weapon in the game so far. You have your assault rifle, and the attachment you put on it is these little rocket pods.
Ooh.
And so you do that, and you launch, you spray about 6 of them, and they have this really cool like noise to them. And then they all have like this really cool concussive like chain explosion. And, like it's hard to describe because it is so cool.
Yeah.
And having like an explosive shot with the shotgun, like just like this dude's way too close, boom, knock him back. Like it's like I forgot like how much fun a game is that I don't have to aim down sights.
Yeah.
And how refreshing it is. And Battleborn is the same way for me. That I don't have to constantly be aiming like down range. I just sit there, circle strafe, and just destroy stuff.
Yeah, just dump.
And this game is not short on the amount of enemies it throws at you.
Yeah.
Especially when they start spawning behind you and catch you off guard. Because I've died a few times. One of the all the death animations are really good too.
Oh.
Like in the lava, the thumbs up. I just fell in a pit of freezing stuff, and literally he breaks his arm like the T-1000.
Nice.
And looks at it like this. And then there was another one too. Yeah, one of the Hell Barons actually got me, and down actually in Hell. Oh, the level thing when you're actually doing like it kind of does that map thing that Doom did, where you're here.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
yeah.
They have Hell like kind of wireframed and just kind of rotating around, and it looks amazing.
Man.
But anyway, then when the Hell Barons killed me, like he literally got on top of me, grabbed me by the waist, and then ripped off my legs.
Oh, jeez.
And then just kind of tossed them to the side, and then a fist came right down, right in my face, and then it faded to black. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to die a little more often now.
Yeah,
because that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and it does a really good job of letting you know where to find stuff. That map is awesome too. Like it's great. It's a little tricky to navigate and get your bearings on it, but it is tiered out nice. It shows you almost everything you need to see.
Wow.
When you need to, like, say you need to collect the yellow key card from something, and it does it, you have no idea where this thing is. You'll have they do have very good hidden paths. Dimebag, like, yeah, the secrets are plentiful and they're everywhere, and just explore because that world is really good looking. The one I just did, I was only pulling this recently from memory, was I got to get the yellow key card so I can get in the train car to go to the Advanced Research Center, and you would have no idea where to go there. So you hit the button and it shows a hologram of what just happened. Well, this dude just got eaten by a pinky and carried off. So now you got to go follow. All right, so they went that way. So I'm going to go through these doors here. And then you get another arena, you kill a bunch of guys, you get to the next area, and then you see this poor guy still being carried off in the hologram. But the world is just, that's so Doom. It does everything so well.
But modern.
Yes.
You know, like, it's not just, they didn't just, I think what's so interesting with everything I've been seeing is that they took Doom and they sort of distilled it down to what makes that Doom, and they didn't just carry that over. They took it and then built on top of that and made it modern. Like, it still has all the stuff that you really want to see in Doom, and then they just made it better and made it more modern.
Yep, they did that, and the world itself has, like, so I was in Hell, and it had these totems where it was telling me the story of the Doom soldier, or the Doom Slayer is what they call it. He's like a legend in Hell.
Nice.
Like the one person from that side to survive on this side.
Right.
And then you find the spot where your casket was, which was really cool. Because you were preserved in Hell. And then they brought you back to this side. But it's the only thing that has traveled between both worlds other than demons.
Right.
And the narrative it's really good. I want to play more, like, now.
Yeah.
Like, it is a lot of fun.
Oh, man.
So this game has been knocking out of the park at every turn.
A pleasant surprise.
It's a very welcome surprise.
Yeah.
But all right, I'm running out of steam. That's what I've been playing.
All right, I got lucky enough to finish the 3 Binding of Isaac challenges I was working on last week. The 2 that gave me a problem were, one of them is called Onon's Streak, and basically you start as a character that only starts with 1 heart, and every time you miss an attack, you lose a half of a heart. And so
if you miss an attack,
yeah. So if you hit an enemy, you're fine. If you hit anything else, even if it's like a rock or something that can't get damaged, you lose half of a heart. So it was me struggling for about a half an hour on a really good run I finally got to the point where I had a good enough run where I had enough orbitals, just stuff that's orbiting my character that will do damage, and I had enough health that I was basically able to tank through the rest of the game by getting close enough to enemies without shooting them, that I was able to use this stuff going around me to attack them and kill them. And I finished that one with, I think, half of a heart by the end of it. Because it went, if I remember correctly, that run went all the way to the end of the game. So that's 8, 10, 11 floors. Which was super tough. The next one, though, the very last one I had left, called The Guardian, is one of the most nightmarish things that I think a human has thought up in that game. So it's a little complicated. You're blindfolded, so you can't shoot any tears. You can fly. You have a pretty good amount of health, and you have the spear. What is this? Spear of Destiny? Yeah, Spear of Destiny, which is just
the Lance of Longinus.
Yeah. It's just a spear in front of you, and it does damage when that touches enemies. But you have this item called the punching bag with you. That is this thing, this like bulbous, disgusting thing that's with you, that just wanders around by itself. And normally when you pick it up, it's a thing that enemies love to attack. So it's this kind of distraction for them. But unfortunately, in this mode, it has this thing called Isaac's Heart. Normally, when you pick up Isaac's Heart, you can't get hurt anymore, but the heart, if the heart gets hit, then you take damage. The big problem with Isaac's Heart, though, being attached to this other guy, is that guy is famous for getting himself into trouble. Walking in enemies, walking in enemy shots, walking over spikes. Just at every opportunity, it's like taking care of a toddler with a death wish. And I tried for so long. I spent about a day until I got the perfect run where I could finally manage to beat this. And I got all the way down to Mom's Heart. And I just had to tank the boss to just take care of it. And I was one shot away from losing it. And managed to grab that golden cup at the end, and now I'm finally free from all those challenges, and nearly everything you pick up from those challenges sucks.
Oh.
Which is just a knife in the gut. But now I'm free, so I just need to unlock everything else, which relatively should be fine. I still haven't unlocked the last character yet. Basically, you have to donate 1,000 coins into the donation machine at the end of greed mode, and I'm 700 coins in, so getting there. Been playing a lot more Enter the Gungeon as well. I'm doing my regular daily videos on YouTube. Check out bostonhand.com. But on the PS4 version, I'm one trophy away from getting my platinum. This trophy is really hard. So basically, every time you beat a boss without getting hit at all, you get this thing called a master round. And you pick it up and it gives you an extra heart. So most characters start with 3 hearts. You pick up one master round, you have 4 hearts now. And every time you do that for a boss, you get an extra heart. So it's incredibly valuable for going to the end and beating the final boss. This trophy, though, is you have to pick up 5 master rounds in one run. So basically you need to beat all 5 bosses, including the end boss, without getting hit once in any of those boss battles. Which is really hard. There's one item that will let you bypass some of that, and I had it on a really good run once, and I totally misunderstood the way to unlock that trophy, and I had a run that I could have done it on, and I quit out because I didn't understand it, and I'm really still kicking myself. There's one item called the clone where you can get as far as you can throughout the run, and then if you die, it starts you back at the beginning of the game with everything you've collected, including your master rounds. So, like, if you get a master round for chambers 1, 2, and 3, you just need to collect the master rounds for chambers 1 and 2 again, and you'll have 5 master rounds at that point. And I could have done that on that run, and I totally misunderstood the qualifications for that trophy, and I'm still really upset about it.
Aww.
Yeah, but man, that game's still really good. I have everything unlocked. I've picked up almost everything, and man, whether it's on PS4 or PC, that's a hell of a game. I did play a little bit more Destiny. It's Iron Banner again. So I've basically been hopping back in Iron Banner, playing a little bit of PvP. I'm not super high level anymore compared to a lot of other guys, so I'm not super competitive, but I still like Destiny PvP. It's not the best out there, but I have fun.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of PvP like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's something, like, I gotta be doing something.
Yeah. I think that's why I like Iron Banner, is because you're working towards something. Like, there's always 3 pieces of armor and 2 weapons that are available during the whatever it is, week or so that Iron Banner is around, and you're getting Iron Banner reputation every time you finish a match, and you're getting reputation for completing all these quests. There's like 3 high-level quests that are going to take you most of the week to complete, and then 3 daily quests that help you go through that. So I feel like that's kind of why I like Iron Banner so much, is because, you know, this first piece of armor unlocks at level 3. This one unlocks at level 4 and 5 and so on. So you feel like you're always building towards this cool thing that at the end doesn't really cost you that much to pick up. So, and I just like playing Destiny, especially at PvP. But last but certainly not least, my wife and I have been playing Borderlands the pre-sequel again. We sort of got the itch in us to play that, and we finally got past the Concordia intro stuff, and just unlocked the grinder, and now we're going through. You're doing some missions for Pickle at the very beginning of that, and you're fighting the Boatswain and somebody else.
Oh, the bosun.
Yeah.
Yeah, bosun and then the skipper.
Yeah, the skipper. So we've been playing that. Once we got past the Concordia stuff, and once we finally unlocked the grinder, we're finally starting to feel like it's getting its hooks in us.
Oh, it gets, that game has, it's such a low trajectory, and then it goes through the roof.
We're starting out with about 150 gold keys combined between the 2 of us. So the grinder is proving very useful when we're getting nothing but purple stuff out of the gold chest and just grinding it immediately. Yeah,
to get your weapons, but you should probably really only do that every 5 levels or so.
We're doing it now about every 7 to 10. Yeah, I went when we were level 10 and just spent 10 keys, got a bunch of okay stuff, and then sort of moving on. I'm looking forward to whenever we can loom shine stuff in the grinder. I don't know when that unlocks.
Oh no, you can do it as long as you get moonstones.
It won't give me the option.
Well, because you're only grinding perps.
Ah, okay.
That's the thing with that. You cannot loom shine stuff out of the golden chest.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Which was a little disappointing. But
well, and it's a little frustrating because Janie says, like, oh, and don't forget, you can spend your moonstones to get even better stuff. And we're, like, holding massive armfuls of purple guns. And we're like, okay, how? What are we, how do we do this?
Yeah, because, I mean, the only way to really get, because even, like, loom shining, like, you would have your 2 legendaries, and then the gun of your choice, what you want the end result to be. You have to loom shine grind that. But none of those could be something out of the golden chest. Right. Okay. Because I guess they consider those as tainted perps.
Sure. Got those tainted perps. That makes sense. I'm I wish that it would have explained that a little bit more,
It
but
never did.
yeah.
That's just what I assumed why that didn't work that way.
I mean, it makes sense because you don't want people to redeem like a 25 key code online and then just grind everything and get like some super weapon, right out of the bat.
Yeah, we did our fair share of grinding. We do have some super weapons.
Yeah. I mean, which you should if you're going to be grinding a whole bunch of stuff.
But you're still playing as Claptrap?
No, I'm playing as Wilhelm, and my wife is playing as Athena. And it's a pretty good combo.
The Baroness would have been a good choice, and I still think Doppelganger Jack is almost like Wilhelm. You have instant backup as soon as those spawn.
I feel like there's enough enemies that are hard enough that we're kind of missing out on some of the story stuff here because stuff is just on top of us all the time. So we'll probably play again at some point. We're gonna play, Vault Hunter mode and whatever else is above there. So we'll get plenty of opportunities to keep rolling right through this.
That game's so good and so funny. It's even really funny the second time through.
We're both really happy that it's getting its hooks in us finally. And I mean, the thing that I'm going to be doing as soon as we finish up with this is going and playing more until I have to edit. And then I'll do that and play more. So,
yeah.
And that'll be tomorrow during Memorial Days. We'll probably spend all day doing that. Which hopefully will be pretty good.
It is. And that's it. Like the environments are so varied, and man, Gearbox Hit makes a solid shooter.
And this is the one of the games that's why we have two PS4s and that's why we have two TVs right next to us, is that the two of us can just sit on the couch and we can each have our own full screen and there's no, split screen, there's no weirdness. It works really well. I know that sounds like a first world problem, but if you can get away with it, it's a pretty good deal. But that's all I've been playing this week. So let's take a break.
All right.
See if my robots and recruits have finished upgrading.
Fuck, it's hot in here. Oh, I need you so much PC, man.
Yeah, it's just cooking you in there.
Boomer, it's 90 degrees in here. I don't need you in my lap. Come on, man.
You furry jerk.
I'm putting a fan in the window. I can't handle this. I'll be right back.
You okay? Hello to everyone in chat. How are you all doing? Still have an hour and 3 minutes. Okay. That's looking better. Good, good. Okay.
What the fuck is the point?
Yeah. That's, we both got our PS4s on launch. That was not a cheap excursion, but it is very much paid off. Alright, I'm gonna take a pee break. I'll be right back. Tell Knobs when he comes back.
Oh, good gravy. No, I didn't go mid to rate. I put a fan in the window because it is hot in here. Right, Bubs? I want to sweat you out, huh, Samps? That's a good dog. Oh. Probably should pee though. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, buddy. Want to hang out? Oh, yeah. You're a big kid. Oh. Say hi to the internet, goofy face. Yeah. Who's got a goofy face? Is that you?
Right.
Yeah.
So, blue ones, where are you?
There we go. Hold on. Ow, 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 ow. Stop biting me. There we go. You're fine. Settle down. You can bite me now if you want.
That guy. Oh, this
Hi.
dude only yields one battle plan? Clown shoes.
There you go. You gonna leave already? Yeah. Ow. Would you stop biting me so much? Yeah. Your teeth are sharp. You look like a saber tooth. You jerk. Yeah, you're gonna lose those teeth someday. Remember what the vet told you? That's right. You know I'm right. Alright, I have an hour until we, until my, both of my squads are going to be upgraded, so. As long as we're cut this at an hour, we're good. Boy. Oh, I didn't even open up TweetDeck again.
I think that's doable. I need to find a way to grind more of those jackhammers. Alright, so the stuff that's got like little glowy bits underneath it, there's things in there.
Little glowy bits, like the debris around campus?
Yeah.
Some of them?
Because I knocked one down that was a big one that had nothing, but I knocked a little one down that had a little glowy bit on it, and I got like a shattered Iron Man mask.
Yeah, some of those are gonna move your story along. Some of them just give you empty, like free space. As the more buildings you get, the more you're gonna need that space.
Yeah. I could remove sidewalks, right?
Yeah.
Because I just kind of went all cattywampus with my stuff. Ooh, I can build a sidewalk down here.
Dimebag says, I'm surprised you haven't played Ratchet and Clank Boston. Yeah. It's that whole not having a job, can't buy video games thing at the moment. That and Doom are kind of, oddly enough, both ends of the spectrum are kind of on the top of my purchase list as soon as I gain employment again.
I need to kick Red Skull's ass. He keeps shooting down all these drones. Pissing me off.
I feel badly for those little delivery drones.
Dude, they're just hanging out.
They're just doing their job. Red Skull. I do like how Red Skull looks in this, though.
It does look really cool.
All their art is really good.
I forgot how good a Red Skull looked, like, on film, too, so I watched that not too long ago.
Yeah.
That makeup was outstanding.
And they didn't make him look cheesy, either.
No.
They just made him look scary.
Well, the cheekbones protruding around the eyes, and it didn't look like it was, like, didn't look like Skeletor from Masters of the Universe.
Right. Alright, I am ready to start whenever you are.
Oh, it's gonna be a minute.
Got stuff to tap.
Will do. Got stuff to research here. Alright, that's... So what's many? Oh, more files! Yeah!
Forever files. I think I'm still unlocking files and I'm at the end. What's my timer left on Red Skull for this streak?
I'm gonna have to let this streak go for the day. That is not happening.
I still have...
So
I still have 19 hours. Cool, I can do that. How many guys do I have in the hopper?
8
four ready for creating. And 4 ready for creating. Cool. Should be good to go. Only complaint I have in Ratchet and Clank was no battle arenas. Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
I'm gonna spend some shards to get these things done fast here. Oh, I'm 6 shards short. Eat a bag of dicks. I'm not spending any money on you now. Alright. So this is... attack. Get him, Robat.
Alright,
that should be enough, I think, to upgrade my agents. Booyah! +2. Alright, now I got 4 hours before they're ready. Son of a... That's the other thing, like, you spend so much time grinding out these things to unlock it, and then you gotta wait to unlock it.
right. Hi, Skull.
Like, dude,
what's wrong?
spent all this time getting this stuff together.
Did I lock you in here by accident, buddy? Hi. Oh, you just want to come over and give me the butt? Because you're a cat and you're weird? Is that right? Oh, you just came over to chomp me. Okay.
Alright, now I gotta figure out how to unlock... How do I get to call to level 3?
Are you just gonna sit here and stare at me now? Just like Boomer? Cool, can make out with my chair. Alright, that's not weird or anything. See if I can open this window back up. Might be okay. Wanna go sit in the window? No? Just the butt? Alright. Nice seeing you. Are you gonna go poop in the closet again? No, now he's shunning me.
Alright,
Ah,
alright.
cats.
Okay, so... Alright, there it is. Okay, I got it. Alright, well, I'm almost... It's only level 1.
That's my thing too, where I'm like, okay, let me go to bed, but I'm gonna get everything set up, get a bunch of people on 8-hour missions. Like 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh yeah, but wait, what if I gotta do this one more thing? It's always getting me.
More knives. Damn it.
So many good titles already.
Queue up any more robots. Alright. I am out of plating. But when you level up as they're building, the ones that pop out are the level you're at. So
right, but after you finish upgrading, all the ones you have in hand get upgraded already.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, so it's thankfully they fixed that pretty quickly because that was not the case originally. So you'd like pump out 5 guys and you wait 12 hours for the upgrade, and they'd come out at the old level, and it's just like, wait a minute.
Alright, close. Alright, now I gotta find show notes. I feel like my phone is gonna burn off here.
What's idea, huh? Why are you being weird? Is that because you're a cat and you're weird by nature? Is it because your ears are gross? Because I haven't cleaned them? Oh, is that it? Yeah, I thought so. Maybe you should stop your brother from licking your ears, because that's really gross.
Just nursing.
Ugh. So gross. They clean each other. Yeah. Lay down and go to sleep. Nope, just gonna make out with my folder. Make it with the keyboard.
Well, I hope Dangerous Golf's good.
You should watch the Giant Bomb Quick Look EX. That kind of sold me on it.
No, I just hope it's a good golf game.
It's not really a golf game.
No. I
Yeah.
just want to play a good golf game.
It's more like... Have you checked out Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour lately?
No.
I've been meaning to pop that in, because apparently they have released like a half a dozen free courses. They've been patching the hell out of that game. So I wanted to pop it back in and just say, like, see, is it better now? There's a lot more content.
Oh, you know what? I'll install it downstairs.
Yeah. Might be worth a shot, at least, to see if they smoothed out the edges.
Ooh, actually, that just gave me a great idea. I'm going to go install it downstairs. I'm just going to pop the disc in. I'll be right back.
I'm going to sit here and talk to one of my cats. And chat, of course. Why wouldn't I talk to you fine ladies and gents? My cat is shunning me anyway. I guess I also need to start the game club game for this month. Let's review our news stories here. Now we can see the life of Knobs. Yes. The life of Knobs is multifaceted and interesting. Hi. The internet already saw you. You don't get to go on twice. This is my show, buddy. Yeah, Dante's Inferno, I'm surprised that didn't win. I would have liked to have played through Dante's Inferno again to see if... I remember really enjoying that game, except for some of the ending stuff, of course. I would be curious to see if it still holds up after all this time. I know Valkyria Chronicles will, because that's just a solid game overall. I feel like both of those games are definitely really great game club games. Dante's Inferno was a good game that got reviewed very poorly and skipped over by virtually everyone. And Valkyria Chronicles was really well regarded and really well reviewed and sold okay, but was skipped over by nearly everyone. Have you seen the animated? I haven't, but I believe Knobs has. And I remember him enjoying it, but I don't... I think he was a little bummed that it basically just retold the story of the game again. Which makes sense. It's not as... potentially not as interesting as some of the Dead Space movie and animated stuff they came out with. Should have mentioned this to Knobs after the show. Yep, here he comes. Preceded by pups. Oh, hey.
Hi.
All right, I'm ready to kick this thing off whenever you are.
Alrighty.
I forgot to put the Kako Demon above me.
Yeah. Oh, the Kako demons look real cool. Punch their eyes out.
Also, it is really hard to make out that that's the Fez Collector's Edition next to it. That
to the
red
right?
square.
Yeah.
Bless you.
All better. Ah.
Hey, 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 hey. Cat. Scuttle. Orange cat. Ginger bear. Dumbass. Fluff butt. Alright, see you later.
Dante's Inferno. Remember when BJ wrote that paper about escorting me through the 7 levels of hell?
I remember that a little bit.
He was so proud of it. I'm like, what?
This is
Why
so
me?
weird.
I don't know. I forgot what his rationale was, but it was out there.
It was a little thin. Yeah.
Yeah. Of all my friends, you're the least dickish. I was like, you don't know me very well, dude.
Also, that's maybe the most backhanded compliment. So you're still saying I'm a dick, just not as big of a dick as everybody else.
I still remember when he moved out mid semester out of our dorm room, and I literally came back and like everything was gone.
Yeah, and you're just like,
in that room. I'm like, great.
Cool, I guess I'm by myself for the moment.
I remember having to turn my computer monitor, that giant 19-inch behemoth I had.
Yeah.
And would watch, I'd fall asleep to The Big Lebowski, and then it would be stuck on the menu screen, and then it would be all discolored because it'd be up all night.
Yeah.
Then I had to do the degauze.
Or go burnt in.
And then it would come back.
Man, CRT monitors were a hell of a thing.
They were neat. Always performed. Always.
That's true.
Okay. You ready?
Ready.
Alrighty. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for May 30th, 2016. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
That's true.
Dead Island, the Definitive Edition. You can hoodoo your voodoo on the Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
The thing that I've been seeing about that, so it's apparently Dead Island, the first Dead Island, and Riptide together.
I think so, yeah.
Apparently on the console versions, it's Dead Island on disc and Riptide as a download. Why would you do that? Just do like Borderlands Collection did, and just have a menu where you pick the two.
Yep.
Come on.
Somebody did it right first, just copy.
Yep, that's all you need to do.
Retcon what you need. And Dangerous Golf comes out for the PC, PlayStation 4, and XPO.
This is a destructive indoor golf game made by the people who brought you Burnout. So it's basically launch a golf ball at a bunch of stuff that will break. Try to break as much as you can in as little time as possible, and basically use Aftertouch.
So like Armchair Ninja a little bit?
Yeah, maybe. Alright, let's move on to news stories. This is a news story that we've been following for a while and haven't talked about for a little bit here. We've been watching Vivendi continuing to try to take over Ubisoft for 3 years now, maybe?
Yeah.
And Ubisoft continually rebuffing them. Well, they found a different way. They're going to take over Gameloft, which shares ownership with Ubisoft. The Guillemot family owns both of those. So Vivendi's saying, well, we'll just buy Gameloft. Maybe that'll give us a little bit more footing into buying Ubisoft, which everybody is clearly... Everyone... It's like the worst kept secret where they're like, no, we don't want to own Ubisoft. We just want to buy all of their controlling shares and control them.
Right.
But ownership...
But ownership, that's just the word.
No, that's just a bridge too far. I don't know. Can we own them without using that word?
Yeah, we'll just say this is our idea, and then we'll pivot.
Yeah, we just need to pivot.
We'll pivot. Is this good, bad, or indifferent?
Yeah.
Yes.
If nobody's watched Silicon Valley, please go watch it.
You have no idea how funny that really was.
So it's really interesting because now Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot has is continuing to try and find more people that isn't Vivendi to buy more shares of Ubisoft to continue to shrink the amount of shares that Vivendi can purchase.
And pivot.
The thing that I still don't understand is not that Ubisoft is a bad company. I enjoy many of their products. Why are you working so hard to buy Ubisoft?
Without coming out and just saying to buy it.
But why Ubisoft?
I don't know. Does
Like-
CB have something on the horizon, like in their skunk works?
Why wouldn't you spend that much money to buy Activision? Why wouldn't you spend that, or try to spend that money to buy Take-Two? I know Ubisoft is smaller than both of those, but what does Vivendi get by buying? Ubisoft, I guess, technically is probably in third place behind those other two companies, which is fine. There's thousands of publishers. But like what secret sauce does, or is that the biggest company that you can buy and you want to get in that space maybe?
But why?
Yeah,
Vivendi's already been down this road and it didn't end well.
And why not, if you have this much money, start publishing your own, maybe? There's plenty of developers that need publishers. So...
Man, this just reminded me of Take-Two back when they were with Interplay.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of stuff has changed a lot of hands.
Yeah.
Man. Very weird. Next news story here. We've got two news stories about some sources and rumors about Microsoft at E3. The first one is it looks like Microsoft might be unveiling some sort of VR solution at E3 for Xbox One.
Why not? Why not? 'Cause the market isn't confused enough. Why not?
Also, they have a VR product. They could potentially have a VR product. They definitely have an AR product. So why not launch one of both? See what sticks. To make matters worse, sources and rumors seem to indicate that Microsoft is going to announce not one, but 2 new Xbox Ones at E3, which, by the way, is like 2 weeks away. One of them that we would see this year is a cheaper, smaller Xbox One, which clearly we need because that thing is giant.
Mm-hmm.
And cheaper, just everybody wins. So the other one is apparently in 2017, Microsoft will launch a new, more powerful version of the Xbox One. Literally the thing that they said they weren't going to do. They now might be announcing in 2 weeks. Apparently this is going to have a hugely more powerful GPU, more RAM, better processors, a 2 terabyte hard drive, etc., etc. And it seems like from the specs that everybody seemed to be posting, it will be a little bit more powerful than the PlayStation Neo. Which, of course, it would be, because the 8th gen pissing match just continues.
Oh god, just throw it on the table and measure them already. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
When has an arms race ever worked out for anybody?
Right, well, especially the consumers. I mean, look, if you look at 7th gen with the Xbox 360, what we've said time and time again was you had too many SKUs.
Yeah.
At any time you had maybe 5 SKUs, you had that horrible arcade version that was so neutered out of the box, you couldn't even install downloadable stuff. And now you're thinking, we're going to sell an Xbox One, and then, what, a 1.1? Like, what are you going to call an improved Xbox One? The Xbox 2? Like, I don't want to...
No, they're going to call it the Xbox 10.
That's true. Take that, Sony.
The Xbox X.
They'll just call it the Xbox at that point.
Yeah, then you're going to get everything's going to be like what always drove me crazy with Sega. Well, I have a Sega. I was like, no, you have a Genesis.
Right.
Do you have what that thing's called.
Like,
it's a Genesis. No, that's a Sega. No.
Yeah, my Nintendo Sega.
Is it a Master System? No, it's a Genesis.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like the thing I'd be curious to see is with how much trouble Microsoft has had marketing the Xbox One ever since they announced it with that DRM in place.
Yep.
I have no idea how they would market this. It's almost a foregone conclusion they would probably do it pretty poorly, but how are you going to spin this? Like, hey, remember the thing you just bought 2 years ago? It's crap. Look at this hot new stuff. You know, like...
Yeah, but we're still in that area. Like, when does this stop?
Right.
Like, we understand the bleeding edge of technology. You either plan for it on your launch and not do this, because all you're doing is telling you is like, well, why should I buy something day one when something better is going to come out in 2 years?
Right. I mean, when we look at the original Xbox launch versus the Xbox 360, they canned the original Xbox really quickly, which made sense because when you looked at the 360, everything they had on offer was light years better than the original Xbox. So you're like, all right, well, I bought that one just a couple of years ago, but look at this thing. This thing is amazing.
Yeah, this is what it should have been.
Right. If you're going to sell us another PS4 or you're going to sell us another Xbox One, it can't be that much better right now. I'm assuming technologically, unless it's just a PC. But furthermore, I don't want it to be because I don't want to buy another PS4. Because I bought one 2 years ago when it was $400.
Yeah. Well, I just bought two.
Yeah.
So I gotta buy more? Come on. Why are you doing this to me?
I can only be so much of an early adopter at this point.
Yeah.
Not twice in 2 years. Next news story here, No Man's Sky delayed until August 8th, I think it is. August 9th in North America on PS4.
That game looks really cool.
That game looks really cool, and I mostly wanted to bring this up because I'm, one, really excited about it. But two, I feel really badly for Hello Games. Because they're like 6 people, and they just showed this thing off one E3, and everybody went nuts. And I feel like everybody's putting this game on a pedestal, and
it's setting itself up to fail.
I don't even think it's setting itself up to fail because it looks really good, but imagine being this dude, this poor Sean Murray guy who's the founder of Hello Games, and having to say like, hey, how's everyone doing? Remember me? So, good news, bad news. It's getting delayed, and then someone just shoots him.
It's like the Pied Piper. It's like Silicon Valley. Like,
yeah,
it's no idea what he put himself in for.
And I feel badly because there's just a small team that wants to make a really good game, and everyone's like, when is the best game ever coming out? You're not delaying the most amazing game ever, are you? And he's like,
why don't you go talk to the guys making Last Guardian?
I feel like that came full circle where everyone's like, this is amazing, and then 2 years later they're like, F that game, I don't care anymore. And then it came out and they're like, yeah, it's amazing. I hope No Man's Sky is great. I hope No Man's Sky is good. That's all I'm looking for. I'm hoping it's good. And if they need 2 more months to finish polishing that game,
that seems reasonable. That seems completely reasonable.
Of course, immediately they started getting death threats on Twitter.
What is wrong with people?
So did the person that wrote a news article on Kotaku saying that they heard from 2 or 3 sources that it was going to get delayed. If you care this much about a game, you need to go outside.
Yeah.
Grab a coffee, go sit in the park for a while, get a little bit of sunshine. Everything is fine.
I got 2 dogs you could walk.
There you go. And I think the thing that people don't understand is, you know, Miyamoto said that famous quote about delaying games. But nowadays, if you put out a game that's early, people aren't going to stick around with it for the 2 months that it's going to take to patch to get into a better state. They're just going to move on to Overwatch. You know, they're going to move on to something else that's out there because they're not going to stick with your broken game for 2 months until it gets good. But
right.
They'll wait for a delayed game. I mean, they don't have any other option at this point, but...
Well, yeah, that's a lesson of being in the current generation. The last 2 generations we've been in is they had to have learned the lessons from last gen.
Yep.
That patching isn't the solution.
Mm-hmm.
That you always put your best foot forward when it's done.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blizzard. Like.
Also, I will remind everyone, you can be bummed about something. You don't get to be upset about it.
No.
I'm bummed that I don't get to play that game for 2 more months. I'm not upset about it. I'm certainly not going to tell someone that you're going to shoot them or that they should jump off a building or something. That's
He
terrible.
literally just put his head in the fan.
Hey, how'd that work out? All right, and our last news story here. Mirror's Edge has been optioned for a TV series. I think that sounds interesting. I think of everything that has been optioned for TV or movie lately. If you take how cool and futuristic Mirror's Edge looks, plus the conspiracy theory stuff, that could potentially be a pretty cool TV show.
I think it could be. Depends on who optioned it.
Yeah, I don't really know. It doesn't seem. It seems more like a studio did and not a specific showrunner or anything. But
and not Sifi.
Sifi. You know it'll probably end up there.
I know.
Or like TBS or something.
The 13 show isn't all that horrible.
Some of the stuff they make is okay. It's just
Sifi.
It's all just a little weird.
It's as bad as their name.
Yeah.
It's sci-fi. Why is it
So
Sifi?
bad. They stuck with it though. I
They
give them
did.
credit.
They owned it.
They owned it for good or for bad. All right, let's move on to tweets. Roy G73 writes in, do you ever sell your games or collector's editions? I don't, but I doubt my Dark Souls Prestige edition would be worth a lot. I don't really sell. I like having the collection. I like having my stuff, good or bad.
Yep, the wall, the tchotchkes behind me.
Yeah.
And a mantle downstairs and across the top of my bookcases.
Yeah. I can't stop hoarding video games.
I know.
Good or bad games at this point. If they're really good, I want them. If they're old and they're really bad, I want them.
I just did a head count on the amount of Xbox One games. I have bought 28 Xbox One games.
Yeah.
I did not even think that number was that high yet.
I have recently crested over 1,100 physical games.
Oh.
I mean,
I have no idea. Like, I
many.
really have no idea how many Genesis cartridges I own.
Yeah,
I do not
a
have a
lot.
clue. I do not have a clue.
You think it's over 100?
Easy.
Really?
Easily. I know I have somewhere in around about 30 Master System games. I would say just a safe estimate would be triple that. So at least maybe let's just say conservatively 90.
Yeah.
I know I have about 50 whatchamacallit games. Dreamcast. 15.
My Xbox 360 collection is out of control.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's over 150 games.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm over 200.
Because so many... I think what people forget about Xbox 360 games is because of how shelving worked in physical brick-and-mortar stores at the time, those games went down cheap real fast.
Yeah.
Like, if you were able to walk into a Best Buy a couple of weeks after something was out, you had a pretty good chance of scooping that up for cheap.
Oh, yeah, for at least half price.
And that was still when you could get a game from GameFly and keep a brand new game for like $7. That was a good deal.
Yeah, so definitely that's over 200, and I have 9 PlayStation 3 games.
But of the games you have, they're probably all really good.
They are there. Every one of them was solid.
Yeah.
Every one of them, even the ones I didn't play.
Never played barely any of them, but they're all winners, Bobby.
Yeah, I think I'll probably sit there maybe around 500-600.
Yeah.
I think all said and done.
Yeah.
I really should catalog that stuff.
I like that software that I use. I use Game Collector.
The Collectors.
Yeah, from Collectors, which is just a bad company name, but they do a pretty good job. There's only like 2 or 3 games it doesn't know about in its database, and like one of them is like a Japanese PSP Guilty Gear game, which, yeah, I don't really blame them for that one.
No, and that's the problem I have with DVD Profiler right now, is a lot of the reissuing of Steel books are not in there at all.
Oh, they're not even like a separate item?
No.
Oh, yeah. That's surprising.
It is, because they were doing such a great job for so long.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to emails.
What's up?
First email up from Billy U. How's it going, gentlemen? Long time no talk, so I thought I'd drop by and say hi. Hi.
Hello.
Small talk aside, we got some stuff to talk about. First, I want to comment on Knob's distrust in Team Ninja's latest venture, Neo, which I'm hoping I'm still pronouncing right. I played the alpha and I wouldn't call this a Dark Souls clone. That's on me. That's my bad. Basically, the similarities stop at the use of a... What?
How am I in the middle of this?
Well, he said basically the similarities stop at the use of a stamina bar to perform actions. I think this little nugget might win you over right here. Ninja Gaiden plus loot plus Dark Souls-ish equals Neo. Boom. Drop the mic. It's over. I think this is going to be one to watch. You give me Ninja Gaiden, you give me loot. I mean, I'm going to check that out, probably.
I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Keep an eye on that one. Next, since you guys have so graciously got me hooked on the crack that is Marvel Avengers Academy, I'm so sorry. I thought I'd spread the love with another neat mobile game that I've been spending a lot of time with. I give you Card Crawl. It's a dungeon crawling solitaire game.
No.
Those two phrases together, I blacked out for a second. You equip items and spells in order to clear the dungeon, the deck, and unlock new cards along the way. Game has a lot of charm, and I thought it might be right up your alley. You monster. Hope you guys have had a wonderful holiday weekend. Thanks again for another great show. Thanks for writing in, you mobile game monster.
That makes me happy that there probably doesn't have a Windows Windows version of that game.
Yeah, if you could get that on your tablet,
yeah,
you'd be lost.
That makes me... I'm actually relieved I do not have an Android tablet that's functioning right now.
You'd be juggling 2 games at once at the same time. Oh, man. Alright, next email from Ivan P. Hey guys, I was playing Skyrim on PS3 and got stuck on a trophy when I decided to start a new game. What I didn't know is that after the opening of the game, it overrides the save of my old game, and I didn't know until I was an hour into my new game. So I've lost my 320 plus hour game save. My condolences. Has this or anything like this happened to you guys? I remember in college, my roommate and I were both pretty deep into SSX 1 or 2 on the GameCube. And what I didn't understand is, every time I would go play it, it would start a new game. And when it would autosave, because it was hidden where you would go to load a game, but when it would autosave over whatever's in the first save slot, even if you hadn't loaded any game before. So, little did I know, for weeks, every day I was basically blowing out this dude's save that I was living with. I had no idea, and eventually he like broke down. He's like, "Why do you keep deleting my save?" And I'm like, "I don't know, bro. I'm just playing SSX. What's going on?" And he showed me. Was that the
Punisher?
Like, what's that?
Who was it? Was it the Punisher, or was it
yeah.
Ryan? Oh.
It was just like, I'm so sorry. So it was like he had the Sisyphean trial.
But you're kind of not, right?
Was that?
You're kind of not.
Well, I mean, like, I felt really badly because like. We were in the room at different times for that semester. So like basically I would go and I would just be playing SSX for fun, like, yay, I love this game. And he'd come back in the evening to try and continue to play SSX. And
all of us sitting in 109 Menard,
yep,
pounded through Marvel's Capcom
for months. We had like a great team that we could. If you were by yourself, you were sort of expected to kind of grind through the levels. You had your team, you had your moves you could do. You could just
like,
get the coins.
Why would you spend those points on that? Like,
right. Mega Man's colors, who cares? He sucks. Come on. Get Wolverine's, Bone Wolverine's colors.
Yeah.
Jeez, what are you doing?
Someone we're going to use.
Just put us back like 2 weeks. Moron.
Oh, the things we used to argue about.
Yeah. If you even... Once we started unlocking, like, costume colors, and like that was the last stuff we were unlocking.
Oh yeah, we were tracing everything out in the gold blocks.
Yeah.
I still have that master save on a VMU that's labeled.
Nice. I think once that started happening, everyone was like, they were protecting that thing like it was their baby.
Oh yeah, when we were done playing Marvel's Capcom, we popped that thing off and set it off in a drawer.
Yep. Oh man.
Man,
that was crazy.
Yeah, that was a good time. That was some of our most fun, was all of us sitting in 109 Menard.
Yep.
Pounded through Marvel's Capcom
for months. We had like a great team that we could. If you were by yourself, you were sort of expected to kind of grind through the levels. You had your team, you had your moves you could do. You could just get the coins.
Why would you spend those points on that? Like,
right. Mega Man's colors, who cares? He sucks. Come on. Get Wolverine's, Bone Wolverine's colors.
Yeah.
Jeez, what are you doing?
Someone we're going to use.
Just put us back like 2 weeks. Moron.
Oh, the things we used to argue about.
Yeah. And next email here from Ivan P. again. Hey, just want to know if any of you had ever played any TCG games like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Me and a few of my friends are big into Yu-Gi-Oh! And some of them even watch anime. We even play the import PSP game. That is way deeper than I have ever been into any trading card game. I played Hearthstone for a while. That was fun.
Yeah, I played Magic in the early '90s a lot.
So like real early days Magic.
Yeah, and then my friend and I, we migrated over to the Star Wars trading card game.
Oh, nice.
I gotta find that deck somewhere. It's gotta be around here somewhere.
Some box.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty much the only really trading card games I really played a lot of.
I think I see the seams in that really early, where it's like, once you start even investigating like tournaments or stuff, where it's like, oh, man, you got all these great decks. You can't use any of them from any earlier gen, and especially not these cards from the current one. It's like, oh, well, those are all my good ones.
Yeah, then what's the point of playing?
Yeah, and I think at that point I just go, whatever. I'm over it. All right, that's all of our emails and our tweets this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for writing in. If you'd like to visit it, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Email us, tvgpfans@gmail.com. Tweet us at tvgp. Join Discord. Don't forget you can just tweet or email during the week. I save them all. I'll scoop them up, put them aside for the upcoming episode, and everything else is on the right-hand side of the page. And
don't forget to join the forums. Don't forget to mark yourselves on the map. That's where I was going with that.
Good stuff.
Join us for our game nights. That is Monday night at 10 p.m. EST, either Battlefield 4 or Left 4 Dead 2 as backwards compatible, and that's on Monday nights. Tuesday is Destiny. Wednesday's Rocket League on a PlayStation 4. Thursday is Steam game night, and pretty much it's a potpourri from Friday to Sunday.
The current TVGP Game Club game is Valkyria Chronicles, available on PS3, PC, and the recently released remastered PS4 platform. Go play that. You still have 3-4 weeks to play it at this point, so that game's really good. And don't forget, you can watch the show live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network. Check out TVGP on the on YouTube. You can catch all of our archive videos there. And I think that's it. Next week is episode 450.
Woo-wee.
So we will see you all next week.
Someone's cooking ribs. They smell delicious.
I kind of want ribs now too. That's what's killing us. The wind blows through the backyard and always carries like the smells from 3 streets. So as soon as someone's grilling, I'm just like, oh, yeah.
I smell burning flesh.
Yeah. All right, I have 5 titles. I really like one of them, just to completely stick it to someone. Number 1, A Night for the Ages.
Okay.
Number 2, on my personal vote, 25 points. The NPC Scourge, Mr. Dingleberries, which I really like, probably not a title, and Tainted Perps.
Tainted Perps.
Which is also another really good one. I really like 25 points. Just to put the bow on.
I do. Yeah, because I know he's going to listen.
Yep. I'm going to circle that one. We love you, dude. I can't pass up just the opportunity to twist the knife a little bit.
Oh, I wish you were there for that one. It was just like, no, what are you doing? Oh, dude, he's already down.
Just leave him. He's an NPC. My second vote would have been for Tainted Perps, because that's an amazing phrase. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 449 for May 30th, 2016. 25 points.
Was it really worth it?
Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Would you? Would you?
No.
Would you?
No.
Would you?
Would you? We should have pivoted and kept going.
Do you feel favorable, very favorable, or very favorable? Would you?
Would you? Would you?
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We will be back next week. Bye.